I always knew it was going to end. I just didn't think it'd really happen in this way. Something I never thought I could be so connected to, that I'd share so much emotion with and care about. I just didn't think it'd ever be like this.
Don't ask me what you know is true. I don't have to tell you I love your precious heart. Oh, I was standing, you were there. Two worlds collided, and they could never tear us apart.
So here it is, the cheapest 1HDT Toyota Landcruiser on Marketplace. It has got some imperfections. It doesn't look the best. It's got a few dents in it, a few scratches. The paint is crap, but I mean a lot of 80s at this age are starting to have crappy paint. But the engine's still in good condition and it's done a low amount of Ks. It's done 380,000, so it's not too bad. And for the price I got it for, like I never thought I was ever going to be able to afford a 1HDT factory turbo Landcruiser, but got lucky. I was quick on the mark and got it off Marketplace. So here it is, and it's, as you can see, it's in a pretty stock condition. It's basically just a stock 80. As you can see, factory turbo. It's got a lot of dents on it, to be honest, but for the price I paid, and it's going to sort of be a bit of a project car and sort of just do it up over time. But it's awesome to drive. Like coming from a petrol Pajero, the 3-litre Pajero I had, the thing just holds. It feels actually fast for a 4-wheel drive. You get on boost and it just wants to go. So we'll go for a drive later on. But first I'm gonna give you kind of a walk around the car, show you the inside, all the bad parts, all the good parts, and especially that motor underneath that bonnet. So let's go have a look. So we'll start at the front of the car. Obviously just some weird bull bar. I don't even know who made this bull bar, but it's got a worn winch in it though, which is pretty good, 10,000 pounds. Still works, but probably needs to be rebuilt. It looks a little old. Obviously you can see paint's not great, but full factory apart from that. Windscreen, not great, big crack in it, gonna have to get that replaced. The paint, I went around with a buff and sort of sponge and really tried to get some of these deep scratches out of it the other day, and it looks a lot better than what it did, but look, in the future if I'm serious about keeping it and making it look nice, it's probably gonna need a paint or a Raptor or a wrap or something, but that's down the track anyway. So but in terms of tires, some Chinese brand, but just 32 inches, so probably end up upgrading them pretty shortly. So inside, it is actually super factory. It's got an old school aftermarket stereo, but it's had no hacking done to it. It's just completely stock in here, so it's actually gonna be really cool because I can do the whole interior up to my liking. And yeah, this is the GXL model, so it's got, you know, the extra fuel tank and the reading and the altimeter and stuff up there. So it's nice, it's good, it's big inside. Coming from a Pajero, it does feel quite luxury, to be honest. So yeah, so its interior is pretty clean, and not sure what I'm gonna do in the back yet, but that's all to come. But a good clean interior is a good start. So the rear end's not great. He said he jackknifed the trailer into it, so it's got a huge ding in there. Also on this bit of a ding. So look, the whole rear bar is gonna go. I want to get swing away armed with a tire and some jerry cans later on. It's going to be weird getting used to not having a barn door or a swing away door, but the tailgate would be cool. It'd be cool to get used to. Yeah, so I'm planning on heading down to the wreckers sometime this week and finding a new tailgate door and get them all swapped out so it looks a bit nicer. So the body's not that great, but for the price I paid, I mean, I kind of got to expect that. The main reason I did buy this car, however, is what's living underneath this bonnet. So let's have a look at the engine. And here it is, the 1HDT engine. So this is the factory turbo variant that was on more models from 90 to I think 94 until they went to the FT and all that. So this one's got 380,000 Ks on it and it's in pretty good condition. It's got absolutely no blow-by, runs really well, still got plenty of power and everything. So I was pretty stoked to pick one up because I was probably going to go the 1HZ route just because I couldn't afford a factory turbo. This one way too much for them these days. So yeah, to actually get one, I'm pretty stoked and it goes hard. It's actually got a decent amount of power, in my opinion. I mean, that's me going from a petrol Pajero, but yeah, it's completely factory. It's got no performance mods on it at all. The engine bay is quite clean, still everything's in all its original positions and stuff, and yeah, it should hopefully last a long time. But no, having the turbo on there is just great. The fuel economy has been fantastic so far. I'm somewhere between 13 and 14 litres per 100, so it's great. And this is obviously the lightest this car's probably ever going to be once I get all the bar work gear on it, but it's a good start getting that good fuel economy coming from a petrol Pajero which just drank the fuel like crazy. So anyway, let's get inside the cab, let's take it for a drive and I'll show you how it goes. So driving the Toyota Landcruiser, what's it like? Well, I can tell you it's a big change coming from the Pajero. This thing's got plenty of power, it's comfortable, the coil suspension is amazing. Like the Pajero had torsion bar front and immediately can tell a difference being full all-wheel coil. It's big, it's roomy, it just feels like a good car to tour in. I think that's kind of why I bought the car, was as a touring car and also as a four-wheel driver, but mainly for touring. And this thing, you can just cruise all day in it easy. But we had a pretty big drive on the way home and I was more than comfortable being in this car driving it. As much as it is a big car, you do sit quite high up in your seat, so you can see well over the bonnet, and it's not daunting to drive at all. It's quite easy. In terms of power, it's got plenty of it. I don't know it not 60 times or anything, but it's quick. It's definitely not a race car, but it's quite fast for a four-wheel drive, I'd say. It goes well. It really does go well. So it's got electric windows, which look, they're very nice. I love having both front windows down, it's great. It's got central locking, just all those little features that when I was weighing up between this and a GQ, like the GQ didn't have. So for my personal use, it is a bit nicer day to day to have as a daily car, because this is going to be my daily car. This is going to take me to the shops, it's going to take me to work, it's going to do everything. So when I was picking out a car, I wanted something good off-road, but also nice as a daily car. Now, it wouldn't be a full drive video about a flex test now, would it? Seems to flex all right. One thing about this Toyota is the handbrake. It just is terrible. So I need to readjust that ASAP. So I think it's everything I sort of wanted, a tourer and a four-wheel drive, which is a bit cliche to say these days, but I think it kind of suits that need perfect, where I can sit in this for 7 hours of a day and have it work and be comfy, but then I can go on the tracks and use it and it'll still perform. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's my new 1991 Toyota Landcruiser 1HDT80. I'm pretty stoked with it. Hopefully it's going to be turning out to be a pretty good car once I start doing some mods on it and doing it up. I mean, like, yeah, it's for what I could afford. I think I'm pretty happy with it, and it should take me to some awesome places and do some awesome things in it. So thanks for watching. hope you enjoyed the first look on it. There'll be plenty more to come, so get subscribed, give the video a like, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheers guys.